written for. Please welcome the Pelbros Podcast.
Yo, Pelbros here. We are back. Episode 43 of the podcast, giving ourselves a bit of a, I'd say, mini podcast break. Myself here, James, and my co-host as always, Ryan.
W, you know how it is, baby.
Yeah, we're back here. NBA season has begun. We're a bit late to the party, you could say, but it is what it is. Yeah, we deserved a bit of a break after that long, arduous season last year.
You could even argue the season before that, to be honest, and before that, and just entire fucking franchise's existence. But yeah, let's continue.
3 to 4 seasons worth of that now, since that 2018 playoffs. But
yeah, that one run.
Pretty much here on, probably say day 4 or 5 of the NBA being back. Pels have played 3 games, and we're just going to kind of go through our first impressions, what we've seen from the game, maybe talk a bit about our expectations of the year. At the moment it's not looking too great, but Ryan, any first impressions, any thoughts from yourself from what you've seen from the Pelicans?
I wish I had like something like a good soundboard for this, but I guess the best thing I have is just like, I guess this. I mean, I would have preferred something a bit more darker, you know what I mean? Like, you know, like maybe like to my head, I've got something and then like that or something, but I don't know. I don't really have anything. I mean, all in all, like, bro, I think, like I was suggesting to you, this episode should be called, like, number 43, obviously, but it should just be called Pelbros Retiring, because fuck it. Like, what's the fucking point, bro? Like, I'm over this shit. Obviously, quick shout out, though. New mic, bro. You mind that shit? Nice, crisp audio. Shout out to my boy, SJ. Pelbros here, always happy to take donations. If you guys want to add more audio equipment or whatever bullshit gear to help us improve your listening experience, then hit us the fuck up, pelbrospodcast@gmail.com. But yeah, bro, what can I say, man? I don't even want to say depressing, bro. Like, what's the right word? You know, it's disappointing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, we've used that other D word for, like you said, 2 seasons or so now. And and you guys got to remember that we weren't recording. You know, we were fans a couple of years ago, so we weren't even recording before that. We were already using that depression word. So
yeah, true.
No, I think I agree. You know, start of the season, I'd say it's probably not. It's not something that we're not used to. If I recall, like, I'm pretty sure last year we started like 0-5, 0-7 or something. And the year before that wasn't a good start either. So definitely slow off the blocks. Disappointing, I think, is a good way to put it, and just definitely feeling flat. And like you said, we're not especially motivated for getting back into it. I mean, if we came out of the blocks firing, we'd probably be so much more hype in this recording. But it's not looking too great, is it?
Yeah, nah. And the thing is that I guess people can argue, we just have to like hold the line until Zion comes. Like, what's that? Maybe 2 weeks time or something like that now. Maybe a couple of weeks, 1 week, who knows? But bro, even without Zion, this is fucking disgusting. You know what I mean? Like, I love BI. Don't get me wrong. I still love BI. I love Noor too. But who the fuck is everyone else? Like, obviously, I get these other pieces and shit. But my biggest like the thing that's been pissing me off the most, James, over these past couple of games. I mean, it's great. Okay, yeah, let Trey Murphy, let this Herb guy fucking get minutes. You know, let the rookies get fucking minutes. But why the fuck are these rookies on? You know what I mean? Like, get these rookies the fuck off, bro. Like, I hate it. Like, we have such quote unquote like depth when it comes to the guard position and shit. Yeah, everyone's a fucking D-leaguer, bro. Like, what the fuck is this bullshit? I hate it, bro. Like, it's sad to see. Like, even without Zion, even if we had Zion, it's still a bum ass team. Like, you know how last season people were talking about, Steph Curry is like Golden State Warriors, just Steph Curry plus a D-League team, bro. That's bullshit. We're the D-League team. You know what I mean? And we've got like BI, a couple of good pieces here and there. Obviously, we didn't luck out with fucking Josh Hart getting injured either. Bro, like, I don't know, man. Like, I've given up.
Yeah, fair enough. But yeah, I think we've gone into like every season for the past couple of years now pretty like excited, I'd say, to some extent, optimistic, I'd say.
Yeah.
And I think this season wasn't too different. I mean, new coach, finally, you know, everyone was ready to drop Stan by like 20 games in from last season. You know, picking up a few different pieces, looking like we were kind of on the road to a decent roster. And then, yeah, kind of watch these games, and like you said, you realize they're a bunch of D-leaguers. Even the guys that we've drafted, there's probably going to be some direct call-outs, but guys like Jackson, Kyra Lewis Jr., we haven't seen those like massive improvements that you might expect.
Yeah.
Whereas like Nickel, I think Nickel is probably like the guy who has massively improved since his first season, but guys like Kyra, Jackson, they're still, even though we drafted them 2-3 years ago, they're still so fresh and so raw.
Yeah.
That it doesn't help that you bring in 2 additional rookies in Herb and Trey. Although shout out to Herb, I think he's been pretty solid out of those 2. Definitely, Trey not so much, but
you say so. Like I argue that like both of them are just fucking liabilities, bro. But honestly, the thing is that we have no one else to put on. It's that fucking sad.
Yeah, it's pretty dire. I mean, yeah, like we bring in Jonas, however you want to pronounce it, which I think he's been pretty solid. Still trying to find his rhythm, but yeah, you've got a lot of guys who never play with each other. There's definitely a lot of chemistry that needs to be built. But like you said, there isn't really any other guys. Like, I want to specifically call out Garrett Temple and Tataransky. Those guys have just been fucking trash. Like, this is the bench, quote unquote, depth that we're supposed to have. And yeah, it doesn't help that with Josh Hart out, Zion out, that obviously makes, one other player go into the starting lineup, which pushes another player out from the bench, from the kind of third string bench into that second team. And then yeah, we've pretty much got no scoring, no reliability on that bench. So it's pretty filthy. Yeah, it's overall not looking too great. You can tell we're pretty down in the dumps at the moment.
Yeah, man, pretty like I just don't roll with that shit, man. And at first I was happy, right? Because I was winning bets and shit. I was like, okay, yeah, I can still, like, I'm not expecting these tickets to win, because like, and with that, betting accordingly and making my money. But what pissed me off was that Bulls game. Fucking, I hit everything, right? Like I hit all the fucking legs. The only leg that was missing was I had fucking 17 points for Noor. Ended up only getting 15. Oh, man. I don't know. Noor's supposed to be the reliable fucking shooter here. And then I think the last, like, versus the Timberwolves, he didn't have the greatest scoring performance either. So it's just kind of like, what do you have? He had 14 points. Oh, but he had 14 boards too, which is really fucking crazy, to be honest. But still, it's just kind of like, apart from BI, sure, I think in the Timberwolves game, Valanciunas had a decent kind of scoring effort. But, I mean, apart from BI, really, like, where else are we getting our fucking points, bro? Zion's a fucking 25 plus points guy a game, right? We don't have that. And even if we have him there, bro, like, it's kind of like, okay, how I feel this offseason has been for us, like, whilst everyone's been fucking making moves, we've just kind of come together with, like, just like leftovers, you know what I mean? It's kind of like, okay, fuck, yeah, we've got this shit, we've got this piece, okay, here's a fucking team. And then, you could see it from, like, the first game versus the 76ers, Bulls. I didn't watch the Timberwolves because I was already fucking too depressed. I was like, fuck this, I'm over it this season. So, but what I'm trying to say though is that, like, it doesn't feel like a team, you know what I mean? It's just kind of like, fuck, we ran out of options. We got X amount of money. Fuck it, like this is who we're putting on, Like, do you get what I'm trying to say here, James? Like, I don't know, it's like, even when I'm watching this, I'm like, this isn't like the same fucking Pelicans like squad that I fucking fell in love with. And, sure, we've had like 3 different coaches over the past 3 seasons. Is it really the coaches the problem? Like, are we just fundamentally fucked? Yeah,
Yeah, I think pretty sure in the last season we talked about roster construction and how last year's team didn't look like it gelled either. And yeah, David Griffin did a pretty poor job of actually kind of coming up with the roster. And I think we're definitely still seeing the effects of that. Look, I don't think that the starting 5 is too bad on paper. Like, especially like if you've got Zion in there. So if you've got like Graham, BI, probably Noor would be in there, Zion, Valanciunas. I don't think that that's a terrible starting 5. But no doubt, yeah, when you look down that list on that bench, it is really like kind of scraps, like you said. When we traded to get Lonzo away, and then we bring back Saturansky, yeah, he's pretty much providing no value for us. I think Garrett Temple came in that as well, and yeah, he's been absolute pure trash. The slight bright spots that you think you'd see in like Najee Marshall, that guy is so bad on offense. He's like the other, what's his name? Kenrich?
I was just about to say he's like Kenrich Williams. But if anything, we need Kenrich Williams back, bro.
He's exactly like Kenrich Williams.
Yeah, I was actually thinking the exact same thing, yeah.
I think because like you said, you watched more of the 76ers game and the Bulls game than I did.
Yeah.
But I watched that Timberwolves game quite closely, and there was a probably string of like 5 minutes where Najee Marshall turned over the ball like 3-4 times, and he fucked over a few fast break buckets, and yeah, fans weren't happy. I mean, I wasn't happy. Everyone was just ripping into him.
Yeah, that's not even Najee Marshall, bro. Even in the games before that, the Pels were doing that as a team, as a collective team. Like, you know, just turning over the fucking ball, sequence after sequence. It was fucking ridiculous. I think, specifically in the Bulls game from memory, it was like maybe 13 turnovers or so in the first half, something like that, right? It was double digits. But then after the second half, they did kind of like, you know, bring it back, maybe like only 2 turnovers and shit. But still, bro, like you guys have already just lost yourself the game, you know what I mean? And I don't know, like we're not doing this fucking bullshit Alvin Gentry, you know, fast-paced basketball anymore, right? So like, what the fuck is, you know, what's up with these turnovers? You know what I mean? Like, it's a sack, bro. Like, sack it. Like, let's legit. Let's like either let me make an interesting proposition. Either let's just retire the Pelbros completely. I think we've done a decent job. You know what I mean? A few hundred kind of subscribers, a few hundred followers on Instagram, couple of loyal fans and shit like that. I think we can retire, like, you know, knowing we did good enough. Or B proposition, let's bandwagon, maybe let's go Clippers.
I knew you were going to say that.
Clippers is just kind of like, it still gives you like that gritty underdog kind of shit, you know what I mean? Like, it's going to be a game always, you know, although there's no Kawhi. Apart from that, we could be Bucks bros now. We could be Golden State Warriors bros. You know, we could just any fucking one else, really. Like, can we not be Pelbros anymore? Like, those are my 2 options. Or C proposition, have a sip of the cyanide with me, and you know, let's call it a night.
Yeah, just slip it into my beer, but don't tell me. Yeah, I just want to go peacefully and unknowingly.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, look, I'm not fully against rebranding us at this point. It's pretty shit.
We could just be like NBA bros, you know.
That doesn't sound too bad.
Yeah,
sounds pretty good actually.
Yeah, let's just get like the mass following of the entire NBA market. We'll talk shit about, oh yeah, Lakers this and that. Oh yeah, Nets this and that. You know, and then little bit for a small market like Pelicans. You know, like why the fuck we invest in this fucking time? Like it's not even rewarding us. You know, like fuck this. I guess okay. They're just gonna like hold out until Zion comes, but I mean. Either way, bro, it's depressing because it's just like, how in the fuck are we expecting to make the playoffs, bro? Like, even without like the main pieces. I mean, Devontae Graham, I'm liking him though, but even apart from, you know, the main guys, Bi and fucking Zion and Noor, like, what the fuck else? Like, what do we have, bro? Like, we have nothing. You know what I mean? Like, how in the fuck are we supposed to even make it to the playoffs, let alone actually go to fucking run, bro? I think. Like it's a sack, bro. Like we're gonna have to make some serious fucking moves like throughout the season, I reckon, to even have a chance.
Yeah, and the thing is, I don't even know what moves we could make at this point.
That's true.
It's pretty dire at the moment.
Relocate.
Just want to go back quickly because talking about like expectations into the season. You know, obviously we didn't make a recording or anything before that, but if we were to have discussed it, I would have said that we'd be just fighting to get into even a play-in tournament spot, which was pretty much the same situation as like last year, where we were sort of fighting to get into that 9th or 10th, but then obviously we slipped out towards the end, and Golden State and I think Memphis and those teams, Spurs, were much better than us. But yeah, I think other people's expectations were probably a lot higher, and they've just making the same mistake that they've made for the past 2-3 years here, where they just keep thinking that we're a playoff team, but you know, clearly we're not. Roster construction's atrocious. Yeah, these younger guys that we're drafting aren't necessarily improving. And like you said, yeah, same thing. I love Bi, right? Like, he's definitely one of the better players in the league. But I don't know if he we haven't seen him take over a game in ages.
For a while, because ever since Zion got back after injury, like in his first season, because there was a period of time when Bi was just the sole man, right? And you know, we got to see him really take over. But then ever since Zion came, then it kind of like, you know, fucked around a bit in terms of, okay, how are these guys going to coexist? Then it kind of got into a groove, but it was usually Zion would be the person to close out, you know. Now it's kind of like there's no Zion here, he's Bi, but I feel as if that's still too much expectation on Bi himself, bro. Like, if anything, I feel bad for Bi. I'm like, bro, please just stick around, like, for this season, please, bro. Like, I get we're trash, but please, bro, like, I want to get your jersey. Like, fuck, you know, like, what the fuck is the point of this team, really? If we don't have Bi, fuck, sack it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, BI is going to get you 25, 26, 27 points per game, but there's just those moments where he needs another playmaker and like a true playmaker to really help him take that next level. Otherwise, if he just keeps hitting the ball, he's playing like ISO, keeps doing his thing, it's not going to work. And we've seen that happen a lot where, you know, he's struggled to close out games. And yeah, I wouldn't point the finger at him, but definitely just the supporting cast. You know, although we got guys like Devontae now, Nor, those guys are super inconsistent. We saw that in the Timberwolves game, right?
Yeah.
Nor and Devontae pretty much combined for, I think it was 7 for 34 from 3. Absolutely disgusting. Not even worse than that, actually. Oh yeah, no, sorry, it was 3 for 23. Yeah, just not acceptable. Really shooting.
Wait, was this a Timberwolves game?
Yeah, Timberwolves game.
Fuck's sake.
Really
Good thing I didn't watch that, bro.
Shooting us out of the game. I completely understand the whole point about like shooters got to shoot, but there are definitely moments there where Nickel still really showing his, I'd say, immaturity in terms of his game, and yeah, just taking really questionable shots when BI wasn't necessarily hot, but he was, you know, over 50%. Like that's the guy you feed the ball to, and yeah, again, turnovers that game, 30 turnovers, pretty much same
30
amount of points
turnovers?
that BI had. It was absolutely disgusting. Yeah.
Holy shit. Oh my god.
You know, year on year, we pretty much talk about turnovers, talk about bad transition defense. This team is all terrible on transition defense, and that's definitely been something that's plaguing us for years now. It's funny, I was looking on, I think, Instagram or Reddit or one of those, and someone was saying, like, someone commented, like, all Stan wanted to do was make the team play defense, and he lost the locker room. I found that so funny. It's
That's
like this culture ingrained in this franchise of being shit at defense.
BI was saying that he's, you know, this offseason had been specifically focusing on defense, but I mean, what does it really fucking mean at the end? You know, but it's true. Like, I do agree with that SVG joke with defense, but yeah, in general, we not even defense, bro. Just not fucking losing the ball ourselves. Like you said, turnovers, man. It's just, I don't even know what to say.
Yeah. It's tough. I mean, you don't really see. It's hard because you don't really see in like 1 or 2, 3, 4 years us becoming a defensive strong team. Like, yeah, we drafted Herb Jones. Maybe in 1 or 2 years he'll become really good defender. But he's one of, you know, 15 guys on the roster. You look at that roster. A lot of people bring up like Dede as another guy, but I still feel like he's quite raw. And we've been saying that for fucking years on some of these guys. On everyone, yeah, pretty much on everyone. So yeah, I don't know what's next. Something's probably gonna change. People already joking like, "Oh, is Willie Green gonna get fired?"
I feel bad for Willie Green, bro. Like, he was like almost at the top. He almost had glory. He had it all, and now he, you know, he's just taking himself back to the ghetto, doing this charity project, bro. This is legit. If anything, because, you know, playing expectations, bro. My only kind of thing now is like, please, let's not become like the last in the West, because, you know, people like Timberwolves, people like Sacramento, especially Timberwolves, is, you know, their actual team now because they're fucking healthy, right? Sacramento, even I wouldn't say that we're gonna fucking beat them. I mean, it depends how much of a streak we can get when Zion comes back. But apart from that, like, you know, in terms of like our actual team and shit, it's a sack, bro. Like, I just really hope we don't become last. I think that's like my bare minimum fucking goal for this season. Like, if we can get into the play-in, that's fucking great. But I mean, and it's so sad because this is like, you know, this is a great season in which the West is like, a lot of the West is, you know, weaker. You know, there's more injuries. The kind of talent has spread out also to the East and shit like that. But even regardless of all that shit, I think Pelicans ain't gonna make it, bro.
Yeah, I mean, I think we'll be competing with Oklahoma and Houston for that one of the spots towards the bottom of the ladder. I think the Kings, Spurs, teams that you expect to see in that little mix are all better. I mean, Golden State were there last year. Now they're at the top of the board. Obviously, it's still really early, but I think honestly they have a pretty good squad. Memphis got a squad as well, and they're healthy, and they're looking pretty scary. Yeah, it's not looking too hopeful. Maybe like 5 to 10 games in, might have to pull out the retirement.
Yeah. Okay, let's because we're trying to keep this episode a bit more shorter, right? So, how about let's look to the future, right? We've got Timberwolves coming up tomorrow. Then later this week we've got versus the Hawks. Then we've got Kings and Knicks. Are we gonna win any of these games? Like, I want to know when can I expect our first win this season? What do you reckon? Can we beat any of these guys? Really?
Are we gonna win any of those games? No.
Yeah, I don't. Okay, because Timberwolves, they beat us in the preseason too, right? And you actually watched that Timberwolves game. Apparently, it was a bit close, but then like it got closed out by the end. So who knows? Maybe like out of all these games, maybe tomorrow's game is the best chance. Like versus Timberwolves, maybe we're like, okay, we need to get one back, you know. But even if we want to, like, what the fuck can we do to get it back, you know? So I don't know. It would be really, it'd be really, really big for us though if we could get it, like for the locker room if we could get it. But what are you gonna say, sir?
I just wanted to preface that by saying that we actually made that comeback. We were down by like I think 15 plus, and we only made that comeback actually because we brought it down to 4 because Karl Anthony Towns actually fouled out. So he ended up sitting a lot of the fourth quarter, and that's when we made our comeback. And then, D'Lo ended up putting a clutch 3, ice in his veins, and fucked us over. So I don't see us winning any of those next 4 games, only because it's something we've got to talk about, or maybe we'll talk about in a future episode. The East is actually looking pretty strong this year.
Yeah.
Knicks put up a crazy game against the Celtics. I think me and you only caught the OT.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Even Atlanta. Atlanta's still going strong from last year. So
yeah. Atlanta's just on roids, bro.
They're definitely building something in the East. So no, I don't see us winning. I'm looking at the rest of the schedule. So
I just told you like the rest of the month too. So, we're not winning any games October. All right, continue.
I'll quickly highlight Phoenix, Sacramento. This is the games after Phoenix, Sacramento, Golden State, Dallas, Oklahoma.
So November, start of it. Oh, bro.
I don't see us winning a game until Oklahoma. November,
what a schedule! 11. This is corrupt, bro. Like, what's up with this schedule, man? Like, we didn't even get to breathe, you know, because there's other teams which get like such easy schedules, like easing into it at the start of the season. We're just getting like dicked on, like, you know, even versus 76ers, right? Even short as Ben Simmons, they're still a fucking good team, bro. Like they're like, as in, they're not us, you know what I mean? Like, we're a shit team, regardless of if we got Zion or BR or whatever. It doesn't matter. Like, the 76ers, they still got Embiid, they still got a team around, right? But, and then Bulls, you know, you got fucking Lonzo killing it. Even Bledsoe killing it in the Clippers now, bro. Like, everyone is just killing it who's not in the Pels anymore. But, I don't know. Okay, in terms of this year, not this year, in terms of this month, I would like to try to, like, hope for the best that maybe we can beat the Kings. Like, come on, guys. Like, if there's anyone, like, it's got to be the Kings, right? We've got to beat the fucking Kings, right? Like, we don't lose to the Kings.
Yeah, I was going to say, if anyone out of that 4, it's got to be the Kings. So we have a pretty good record against them in past seasons. I'll give us that one, potentially. Yeah, I think Minnesota's a sack, Atlanta's a sack, New York's a sack.
So Kings, and then next month, November, just very quickly going over it, we can probably take a game versus Thunder. It also depends when Zion comes back. So we have one on the 14th of November versus Grizzlies. So that's actually like around 2.5 weeks from now. So I think Zion could actually come back. If Zion wants to come back by then, we always beat the Grizzlies when we got Zion. Oh, not always, but, you know, it'll be a competitive at least. Yeah, I think next month is when we can start to kind of actually take our games a bit more seriously because we'll at least have Zion. But until then, let's just hope for that King, like the W versus the Kings, eh?
Yeah, I mean, who knows if we still have Zion? I mean, that whole injury's been hush-hush. We haven't even had a chance to talk about that. But, I mean, we're not seeing him train yet, which I think is a bit concerning. He's still, like, just rocks up to training in, like, casual clothes and just, you know, stands around. Yeah, could be a while. I wouldn't hold our breath on him coming back anytime soon. So, yeah, fuck this franchise. Fuck our lives. That's what we're here for.
Wait, we're gonna say at least a couple of weeks. You know, I'm gonna keep it. He'll be back in a couple of weeks. Like, at least just give me that hope. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I'll give you that. I'll give you that, and I don't know what the timeline is, Josh Hart, but yeah, he'll be back.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah, I mean, what a way to start the season, right? Josh Hart injury. It's not like he was the greatest piece, but like we have no fucking pieces.
Yeah, one is better than 0. That's all it is.
Yeah, fuck. But I mean, I guess we'll kind of like wrap it around here then, I guess, right?
Yeah, sounds good.
Fuck. I mean, short episode, that's good. I got a timer on, it's around 24 minutes right now, so pretty good. Nice clickbaity for these ADHD listeners tuning in. So yeah, I guess pretty depressing start to the season, as per usual. All we can do is hope for Zion to come back. Zion, our Jesus, a Messiah, to potentially fucking save this bum ass franchise, which like, you know, which should not exist anymore, really, right? Like, can I get an amen to that?
Yeah. What's the owner's name? Gail Benson.
Oh, yeah, Gail Benson.
Just sell the franchise. you know, like just end our misery, right? Once you sell it, we won't go. Not gonna support the team. We're gonna go find a new thing to.
Bro, I'm not even gonna follow NBA at that point.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
Anyways, that's just some clown feedback going on. Sorry about that, guys. Kind of fucked it up. Oh my god, shut up. Okay. Yeah, sorry, continue.
No, good. I'll give an amen to that. Yeah, hopefully he comes back and then saves us from this misery. But yeah, we'll wrap it up with there. You know, if all you Pel fans, if you can relate, definitely reach out to us. We'll have a cry with you. On the shoulder. But yeah, you know where to find us: YouTube, Spotify, all your podcast listening places. Probably not the Instagram. We've been MIA, but keep up to us on YouTube.
We'll jump on eventually. You know, we just got fucking lives. So apologies, guys, but you know, we'll get there eventually. I mean, we're still uploading content here. I still can't believe though how quickly that all season was, bro. But whatever. Here we are to face another, you know, day of disappointment again and again. But alright, fuck it. Let's just hope for the Kings. We get the W versus the Kings, so the rest of October isn't a complete failure, right?
Yeah, that's all we can hope for.
Alright, I guess having said that, we should say peace to our good friend Craig, and to the audience listening,
Thanks for listening. Yeah.